Today we're out here shooting the Mossberg 930 SPX. It's a fighting shotgun, is what it is. It's got the short barrel, 18.5-inch barrel. I've been trying to get one of these for a pretty good while. Finally got it. This thing's got the extended mag tube, which on the 2 3/4-inch shells, it'll hold 7 in the mag, 1 up spout for a total capacity of 8. On the 3-inch Magnum shells, it will hold 6 in the magazine plus 1 up spout for a total of 7. Anyway, it's a real smooth operating, gas operated, semi-automatic. Been very reliable so far. It's got a nice large cocking handle for use. It's got a large bolt release for chambering your first round. It loads easily from the bottom right into the tube. It's got a lot of nice features that I really like. I like this pistol grip on it. I'm left-handed, so I'll show you. For one-hand operation, sometimes your other hand might be incapacitated. If you're duck hunting or something, that ain't a problem. Go back to the house. But if you're in a fight, you still need to keep the weapon running. This is where semi-automatic like this has an advantage over a pump gun. Now my pump gun that I've kept by the bed for many years is a Mossberg model 590. It's very reliable. It also shoots 2 3/4 3-inch shells, but it's a pump gun. More work to it, more recoil to it, and like I said, if your offhand's incapacitated, it's pretty hard to operate a pump reliably and quickly. These gas-operated guns now are so reliable that there's really no advantage to having a pump. Semi-automatic's the way to go. This got a nice set of sights on it, a fiber optic on the front. It's very protected with some wings on the side so you won't knock it out. A fully adjustable ghost ring on the rear. Also, this thing will detach. You can screw this off real easily and put on an optical sight. Like I really like the Trijicon reflex sight on there, and I'll put one on here in a few minutes when we're demonstrating this weapon. But anyway, the reflex operates real well on it. Anything that'll fit a Picatinny rail will bolt on here. Regular scope if you want to. This is a smooth bore barrel, 18.5-inch, no screw-in chokes. So it's pretty much set up just for fighting. The main thing I love about a Mossberg is they put the safety right here on top where God intended it to be. It's fully ambidextrous. It's natural to use. You can, back is on safe, just as natural. Push forward, you're ready to fire. You're not fumbling around looking for a little button on the side of it. And me particularly being left-handed, I like that. It's easy for anybody to work in the dark or whatever. You ain't got to look at it. You ain't got to look for it. You can feel forward if it's in the on fire position or not. Also, right here inside the trigger guard is a little button that pops out there that you can feel with your finger, or you can see in the daylight, but you can always feel it to know if the weapon is cocked or not. If the action is cocked, that little button pops out. If it's uncocked, it disappears. So you know what your chamber condition. Also, this weapon has sling swivel studs on it, which is great. A lot of times you need to sling that weapon, and the Mossberg comes with studs on there. Anyway, it's a real good, real reliable weapon. Sells for about half the price of a lot of the fighting shotguns on the market, and I'm glad to see Mossberg get these into production. I want to show you this Trijicon reflex sight. This is the 42mm version. One thing I really like about the Trijicon is, there's lots of good dock sights out there that I really like, but the Trijicon never needs batteries. It runs off tritium. It's always on, and like I said, you never have to replace a battery in it. You never have to worry about flipping it on or off. It's always ready. One thing I really like about this particular model, it has this BAC, they call it here on top, which it intensifies the brightness of the dot with the brightness of the area you're in. If they made a dot, for instance, it was too bright, you couldn't use it indoors because all you see is a dot. Indoors, where it's really dark, this is a dim little dot on here that you can see up against anything. It don't overpower you, but as you go outside, or as the light comes on inside, this fiber optic gathering thing here intensifies the brightness of it, where you can use it even in bright sunlight. You can use the same sight with no adjustments. You don't have to do anything to it. No dials to turn, no rheostacks on it. It's just you set the thing and forget it. Anytime you pick up the weapon, the sight's on, it's ready to go. We'll talk a little bit about the ammo we're going to use. Really, there's 3 classes of ammo I like for a fighting shotgun. Inside a home, I like something just like a standard, what you call a bird load. This is number 8 shot, number 7.5 good, number 5 shot. Anything like that, a standard hunting load with bird shot is going to make a rat hole into flesh at across the room distances. just a fist size hole, but if it penetrates a wall, it's not going to kill your neighbor 3 doors down. As soon as it goes through something like drywall or plywood or siding or anything, those individual pellets lose velocity real quickly. But like I said, across the room, it's devastating. Another one I really like is buckshot. If you get outdoors and need to extend the range a little bit, this is some Federal 9 pellet 2 3/4 inch Magnum buckshot logs, double aught size, that I got from LuckyGunner.com. Got in a quantity of those. They got a real good price on them. But anyway, then there's this load. I really like this PDX1 from Winchester. It's got a 1 ounce rifled slug for longer range stuff. You know, it can be effective up to around 100 yards or so, depending on how good you are at shooting it. Which, by the way, this weapon's smooth bore, so the sabot slugs and all don't work as well as just a standard old Foster type rifle slugs work good in this. But this PDX1 has got the 1 ounce 12 gauge slug, and also on top of that it's got 3 plated double aught buckshot. So you got the 3 buckshot and the slug hitting a target out 25 yards or so. They're all going to be on target. Past that, you know, your buckshot's going to spread and fall off, and your slug's going to take over and be your more effective part of this particular load. But anyway, this Mossberg will handle any 2 3/4 or 3 inch shells without adjustment. I've used some light game loads in it. Functions just fine. Locks back afterward. I've also used the heavy 3 inch stuff and these 9 pellet Federal loads, and it's not the recoil is pretty soft. Of course, depending on the load, this Mossberg's got a real good recoil pad on it, but also in your technique. You know, a lot of we're usually taught to hold back real tight against your shoulder and take the recoil that way. I've found if you push out with your offhand, if you're right-handed shooter, push out with your left hand as you pull back with your right hand on this pistol grip, it don't even bump the shoulder. You can shoot it all day long and not wear you out. Anyway, this Mossberg 930 SPX, real good fighting shotgun. I highly recommend it. Now we're going to demonstrate the low recoil of this weapon. It's gas operated, like I said, which really softens the recoil on the shoulder, but also that technique like I talked about a little bit ago, where you push out with your offhand, pull back with your strong hand, really makes a difference on how it pounds that shoulder, and you can control it just as well. I'm shooting from my right shoulder today, which I normally don't do. You know, it's hard for me. I usually shoot from my left shoulder, but my left eye is messed up. I got to have surgery on it later. Right now, it's pretty much useless to me. But anyway, that also shows the versatility of being able to use your offhand or whatever on a weapon like this. It's still very effective from either side you shoot it, and it's easy to shoot. It's easy to shoot well. For close range defense, there's nothing I'd rather have than the 12 gauge shotgun, and this Mossberg 930 SPX is a very good one. Another advantage of a weapon like this, particularly this pistol grip, is shooting from positions that don't have the weapon on your shoulder. A lot of times, especially in tight quarters, you don't have room to get the gun to your shoulder. And to protect it and keep it from being grabbed or whatever, going around corners, you can shoot from the hip just as easily. And this weapon is very effective for that, particularly with this pistol grip on here. First, we're going to shoot a little bit of these game loads, number 8 shot, for the inside the house type stuff. I'm here at typical across the room distance, 21 feet. That's a good size room across your living room or whatever. And we're going to just show how tight it patterns on the target and shoot a couple of shots into it. Now I'm going to shoot this PDX1 at the same distance. We've got a 1 ounce rifled slug and 3 double aught buckshot. Now we've backed up to about 15 yards. We've got the 9 pellet Federal double aught buckshot load in here. Same target. Now we're going to give him the 9 pellet 2 3/4 inch Magnum double aught buckshot load right in the face, and just ruin his day. Make him wish he could just stay at home and smoke crack all day instead of going to work.